PCA Adventure is rated F for fucking awesome.
Yo, Crypto Nation. It's another FA Friday coming right up at you guys. Yo, you got your favorite peoples over here. You got Chris. You got MIA Gundy over there. And you got myself, Nemesis. What is up? And as you guys are sliding on in, smash that lizardy like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, because out of all the hash rate we can grow and the sats we can stack, the only thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Yo!
It's true. It's true.
I know, it's all facts, man. I'm spitting facts today. We got son of a rabbit dropping in the 22s. We got 22s. What's going on, my dude?
What's going on? Happy Fridays, motherfuckers.
Right. I mean, all
I'm getting
the
this party started already.
all the doom and gloom people, they can calm the fuck down. You know, World War III was averted, and Trump got the Nobel Peace Prize for it. Don't worry, all the haters can keep on hating.
Yeah, I don't think the Peace Prize thing was real. I think you're just joshing me. That'd be kind of cool though, but I don't think they would give it to him. Just because, I mean, Nobel Peace Prize awarded to the guy who invented dynamite. Nobel Peace Prize awarded to the last president who did absolutely nothing.
Imagine
if they actually awarded it to somebody who did something.
You do realize that NATO just called him Daddy, right?
Dead? D-E-D?
Daddy.
Oh, no, I didn't. I missed it.
Yeah, there are things. Oh,
I
man.
saw him going into the, with the white hat, but that was the last I saw of it. I've been doing interviews
No, they called him Daddy, and Daddy laid down the smackdown on the Middle East. In the Middle East, there's peace. He got the Nobel Peace Prize because he's the first psycho motherfucker to do something about it, and they fucked around, and they motherfucker found out.
He's like, let me just run the numbers by you.
Right.
Russia, the second strongest power, has 15,000 fewer planes than we do. Let that sink in.
Yeah. I still thought it was hilarious. They had one of their old fucking high up fucking representatives way back in the day, and he's like the US military, we had every contingency for. He's like, one thing we don't have a contingency for is the amount of American people with firearms. He's like in every scenario we lose the moment our men's touched U.S. soil.
That was kind of the point, so it would never happen again.
Yep, 100%. We are the militia.
What's up, Northern?
What's up? And you did you hear about New York City? I know it's all the way across the world to you.
It is across the world to me.
I know.
I only saw one small thing, and I don't remember the title of it because I didn't bother.
Oh man, it's one of those things of it's funny, it's sad, and then it's funny again, and then it's disturbingly sad. So basically, fucking Kumo, fucking he's the one that beginning of COVID, he let all the old people die because he wasn't fucking following this goddamn science. He was just fucking doing shit haphazardly. So New Yorkers are willing to fucking vote for anything that's considered change. So what ended up happening was, and it blows my mind. It really does, right?
What'd they do this time?
So we all know that 9/11 was jihadists, right?
Supposedly, allegedly.
We're gonna go with that. It's jihadists.
That's the official story.
That's the official story. We're gonna fuck.
Just like the official story for JFK was.
We're gonna roll with this. You see,
okay,
we're not even from this area, and somehow we can remember this, right?
Yeah.
So they just fucking primaried Kumo out with a jihadist sympathizing Muslim that's fucking communist.
That's the new governor of New York?
Not officially. He just primaried Kumo. So now he's the front runner for the Democratic Party in New York.
New York just doubled down on idiocy.
They're
doubling down on Darwinism.
Oh no, it gets even better, right? Because, you know, with communism, it's always tax the rich. They have to pay their fair share. So that causes those very same rich people to fucking flee. By all means, I agree with this. But he decided to go further. And it's like, the sheeple are so dumb. I mean, Rocks and AOC sometimes seem smarter than them.
We're saying a lot.
So, this guy is talking about free...
Gundy, where the hell are you? Like, seriously, man. We see you in the chat. What the hell's up with your microphone?
Right, you're on mute, bro. And like you're getting these. Oh God. So this guy is talking about free transportation, so buses and everything around the city, right? Free transportation.
Oh, okay. So increased taxes, got it.
Right. But only on the rich, right? Until you become the rich. It's a
because once the rich top 10% leave the state,
there's a new top 10. There's a new top 10%.
There's a new top 10 now.
And then so forth, so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. And the biggest grocery mart chain says if this guy is elected that he is leaving New York City. The guy has 34 grocery stores scattered through New York City.
So hold on. If this guy's elected, not only are the rich leaving, but the sole food provider grocery mart is also leaving. Maybe not the sole, but I mean a major one.
So you wouldn't even begin to understand why. It's the most fucking fantastic idea. Government-owned grocery stores selling produce to you at wholesale prices, zero profit. They'll be paying no rent and no taxes. What grocery store can compete with that? None. So everybody's gonna go to that place, right? So now.
Oh yeah, and we know that we can totally trust the government. I mean, they said in Vietnam that Agent Orange was safe. Right. We know otherwise now. They said during the most recent crisis that the vaccines were safe.
But so what they're gonna do?
They're not now.
Is that they're gonna create what they call what I'll call a food desert. Russia called those bread lines.
Yeah, that's what they are.
We had them here in the 70s.
No, fucking New York is about to elect it. And oh my God, like he's wanting to do rent control.
Oh, bringing it back.
You think
bringing it back.
You think, well, they do have rent control over there, but he's gonna go further. And people think that there's slums now. You ain't seen shit yet, because at the end of the day, it costs people money to to do these services, to do the repairs on these
Adele?
big buildings, right? So, and these people still have taxes that they've got to cover on top of being able to repair the buildings and pay the management, right? He wants to raise minimum wage to $30 an hour.
Ooh-wee. Dang.
You know, buzzwords.
So,
but then how do you put all the buzzwords together and actually make it work? Oh, wait, those buzzwords together
and
spell disaster.
He wants to put together an LGBTQ plus fucking rainbow mafia bullshit in the in the local government. He wants to give them their own.
New York.
He wants to give them their own little division within the government.
Well, we're gonna hit universal basic income status here pretty soon anyway, so they're just gonna have to pay people to stay home as our unemployment shoots up to 30% within the next 5 years.
So that leads us to our question. You know, the title of our episode. Now that World War III is over, thanks to Trump, and New York is trying to elect communism, can Bitcoin fix this shit?
Right?
I
don't know, man.
I think that's
maybe
that's pinning a bit
tokenize everything.
too many hopes on one little basket.
Tokenize real estate.
I know. But I mean, how many Bitcoin bros out there? You're like, oh, Bitcoin will fix this. Bitcoin will fix this, and it's like, I don't know if Bitcoin can fix this.
I don't think so, buddy.
Come on, man. Is it not?
Fucking awesome.
I think it's not.
Anything coming out of New York is not.
It's terrible. I think that way about the other coast too.
And Crypto Patel, World War III, technically, by a fundamental standpoint and definition, is more than 3 countries at war at one time.
Yeah.
Which is a ridiculous, definition when you think about it. But when you account for 3 countries and their allies,
right? Now that's why they say, World War. It depends. If you're taking a loose general definition of it and you're applying it right across, you can technically call it a World War III because you had the entire Middle East firing at each other. We fired at the Middle East. You got Ukraine and Russia.
Taiwan and China.
No, they're grandstanding. There's no shots fired yet on that one. They're just it's like they.
I know.
I every time I think about it, I think of South Park. Okay, I'm sorry. I think of South Park. It's like they're trying to show off their micro penis.
I know. It's so big.
It's so Americans so large. Chinese, we're so tiny. It's so tiny. So small.
Oh man, I was surprised they're still in the air. What is it?
Oh my god, dude!
22 years or some shit.
Oh, South Park, man, and they fucking get away with it, dude.
It's like every day is an episode of Tropic Thunder
Yeah.
in South Park.
So many half truths you can't count them all. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
In today's day and age, Tropic Thunder never would have been made.
Yep. Apocalypse Now.
I mean, it's just blackface Robert Downey.
Full Metal Jacket.
The only part of the whole thing that I didn't like was actually Tom Cruise. I mean, his character.
Oh, Top Gun?
No. In Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
Him and his fat hands. Like the dancing part. It's like that was a bit much.
At the end.
That was the era though.
No, that was him coming back mainstream after his Oprah freaking downfall.
Oh, when he was jumping on the couches.
Mm-hmm.
Like a fucking balloon.
That and Scientology. Like, he was way too serious about everything. So his comeback was to be a laughing stock.
He did that. He did that with South Park.
Come out of the closet.
Right?
No. Come on.
Ted
I did not know that.
Was in the closet again.
Was he really in South Park?
Yeah, they ripped on him so bad. With the whole Scientology shit.
No, they were just ripping on him. He wasn't actually participating in the
I
episode.
don't know, because like they were talking about him and was using his likeness, so I mean there had to have been some kind of sign off.
Yeah. So, did you guys hear the new news about our favorite wallet, the Ledger Nano S?
Oh, hold on. Before we talk about that, Bedell says, hey, want me to join? Been home from work for just 3 hours, 11 beers in, and a few bowls. Send him a link. Nim, send him a link.
Well, I was reading some articles earlier, and it said the Nano S is dropping coverage. They're gonna be like, ghosting it. No more support after a certain date. I don't even remember what date it was. See if I can find it.
There's really no security update path for it. It's a fucking USB device that's doing an air gap fucking signature to log into your account.
You have to upgrade to the Nano S Plus or Nano X to maintain full functionality and security. Yeah. Assholes. They just want a cash grab. They're like, we haven't sold any of these new Ledger X's yet because they suck real bad. Nobody wants Bluetooth devices.
Some people will get a little sketchy, but I mean, I don't see.
OGs know better than to put Bluetooth on your hardware wallet,
As much of a security risk it is for a normal pleb, it's not going to be any kind of a security risk, and for the average consumer, it's not. You're talking about somebody who knows who you are, knows you have it, and knows how to hack a fucking an air gap device.
We see what happens to our YouTube buddies,
Again, now you're talking about.
They see wallet sizes, and they're like,
"That's different, dude. You're grouping a particular individual that somebody through their YouTube stuff goes, well, if he's got all that crypto still and he's never sold."
Yeah, right.
Then he's storing it there. Then his security is only as good as a $5 wrench. I fucking tell people that a bunch of times. Don't put everything you have in one little fucking spot. Spread that shit out. It's like you're a fool if you keep everything in one spot.
Oh, of course. Diversify your portfolio.
And I'm not saying diversify your portfolio. But have multiple devices that has a way to get in, that has access to to the account. Have multiple accounts with a little bit. If you got $500,000 worth of shit, split it up against 8 different wallets.
Maybe not 8. How about maybe like 6? 5.
Right. Well, I mean, whatever you're secure, but don't have it all in one spot. This way, if somebody, hits you with a $5 wrench, you've got a $20,000 wallet.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, look, guy's going to be like, oh, cool, $20,000. And he's going to fucking run off. Not realizing you've only given up, less than 10% of your fucking, your what you possess.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like, you're only as secure as the information that you put out. That's why I tell people, fucking don't tell how much Bitcoin you got. Don't tell me how much shitcoin. It's like, cool, fucking tell me that you're playing with $10 worth of a fucking shitcoin and be like, oh yeah, I didn't make anything with that. I was playing around with it for a video and then I fucking went back into Bitcoin.
Yep.
Not that fucking I made a $500,000
not always real life.
wash trading and fucking Like all these fucking idiots, dude. They're all sitting there bragging about how much fucking Bitcoin they got. It's like you're just,
Yeah.
dude. You're not watching Jeff Bezos going out and going, "Hey guys, this is my social security number. This is my home address, and this is what I've got in my bank account, and this is my bank account routing number and password."
Yeah. And while you're at it, here's my 12 seed phrase.
Right. It's like, oh my God, people. It's like, tell people that you're playing around with it, but don't be like, dude, I'm a fucking shit investor. I always fucking lose my money because I'm horrible at it.
That's right.
I'm only here for the laughs.
Right. I'm here. I'm in it for the tech, dude. I don't make money on this shit.
And the lulls and memes.
Right.
We'll take those too. The lulls and memes.
What is up, Sonia?
Sonia. Nice. Getting his mining setup back into gear.
Right.
Oh, really? Cheap power? Are the gains gaining some enough to where people can start mining again?
Oh
now?
man, if you got bad power like me, oh no.
Oh, that's negative Rafterman. Negative Rafterman. The pattern is full.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm a little over 17 cents per kilowatt hour after all the taxes and all these fucking fees that the electric company charges on top of everything.
Crooked noise.
Yeah. Scamming noise.
They're like, our prices are just as cheap as everyone else's, but our taxes and fees are 8 times as high.
Right. Oh, you can choose anybody you would like for power. It's decentralized. You can choose anybody you would like.
We still get our overhead, don't worry.
It's like, oh yeah, and then you like do the math on there, and you're like, dude, you are charging 10% more than what my electric fee is. But you can choose anybody you'd like, though. It's like, oh my gosh. Gee, why it's like 16 cents in North Carolina coast. Woo! You're up there with me, dude. You are up with me.
So Badell said, hey, if I'm getting a link to join, let me know. He needs to go put some clothes on first. No cost for electric, says Sonia, included in rental. Nice.
That's always nice when it's all included, because that means that the building's only got a single meter, and you can mine the hell out of it until your fucking landlord fucking gets pissed off and figures out which one of his tenants is using the bejeebus out of the electricity.
Yeah. My shit just jumped up tenfold, bitches.
All he's gonna have to do is like fucking, if there's like a main breaker to each unit, fucking all he has to do is just sit there and put like a little fucking amp clamp onto the mains going to each unit and going, one of these four is not like the rest.
Wow, this one's hot. Shit, nowadays, everyone's got those damn freaking infrared scanners. You just throw that shit on there, you see which one's hot.
Oh yeah. No, they'll knock on that door. Are you growing that devil's lettuce in there?
No, sir. No. Just free money.
You open up the door and it's like, why is it so bloody hot in there?
The heater won't shut off, I swear.
Yeah, the AC stays on. That's cool. But it's still 85 degrees in this bitch.
Oh yeah.
Backup generator, 3K gas generator.
The stories we have to tell all of our little chillins, man, you know, about the good old days when we used to print money.
Right. Legally printing money with gaming computers.
Yeah.
A gaming computer decked out with lots of graphics cards could yield you $5,000 a month.
At some of the times, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If you're the first one on.
It's like, God, I mean, yeah. If you say you survived the ETH apocalypse, you probably did good for yourself. Because after the ETH apocalypse, dude, GPU mining has been in a dumpster since.
Nothing's been the same since.
There's no grassroots coin that actually provides a platform for the very people who are earning the coins to go play with. There's nothing for them to build.
That's what Nem says. He's about the tech. Because if we didn't have people like that, we wouldn't have ecosystems at all right now.
That reminds me. Give me 1 second. I'll pull this up.
I mean, like,
these shitcoin ecosystems wouldn't exist.
You got networks that are solely there for retards to put their money in, and the miners to extract that money out. It's like they've got the investor fucking delusional in thinking that they provide the liquidity and not realizing they are the fucking liquidity.
So the other day, I actually heard from our boy Peter. His son Joseph has basically graduated from like go-kart racing to semi like intro to like the semi-pro, like racing a Mazda Miata. Like he's moving up.
He's also getting older, bro. We're getting old too, dude.
I know the kid's driving a manual, Mazda Miata. And check this out. Well, you gotta
think, man. I mean, he's Asian. He's short. Mazda Miatas are tiny. It fits him like a normal car.
Me and them trying to drive a race Mazda Miata is a little hysterical.
But here's the thing. It's
so hard to get inside.
They are.
Don't hurt me, Peter.
They're actually looking for supporters that want to have their business or whatnot put on their car. All right, it's like the different membership size and whatnot. You can actually have your shit put on their racing car, like a sponsorship thing, so your brand can get out there. So that's pretty freaking epic right there. And if anybody is watching, you got a business, you want to do some support or at least do some research to figure it out, go to bitcoinracing.us, check it out. And our boy, Peter, famous for his Bitcoin Lambo, has been following his son's dreams. Like his son wanted to race, and it's happening. And they got 2 racers. His son's one of them. Not the only racer, but yeah, they have your shit put on their dadgum car, man. Get your logo put on a patch on their jacket. Whatever the heck it is they got going on, check it out.
Get Doge Lord in a banana hammock.
Yeah, they're the 2 of the levels gets you just a website page on there, and then you got your higher sponsorships that go onto the car and stuff.
Yeah, you have your many different tiers of support, but yeah, guys, if you have a big business,
or a small business,
it's worth looking up just to get the exposure. Tell Peter we said hi.
Yeah.
Tell our YouTube friends, hey, they could get their YouTube logo put on a racing car.
Yeah.
Can you picture it like
the RPM
Red Panda mining?
RPM guys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to catch up in the chat right now.
Yeah,
Who? What?
My biggest hesitation on that all, one, it's like one, my money is limited. Two, he's got it set up as a 501c not-for-profit organization. Fun fact, those are the type of organizations that can go belly up with no accountability.
This is the same organization as a church.
Pretty much. There's no accountability I guess for me it's hard.
But see, you're not investing in a business. You're not becoming a partnership for the next Facebook or anything like we did with Yen.
You're being you're partnershiping up with him on the endeavor for investing into his kid.
And
his
getting
kid's
your
talent,
name, your business's name seen at the races.
Only if you hit that tier level. I'm a broke motherfucker, dude. Okay, I'm gonna be on. I'll be on the website. Who the fuck looks at the website?
Market.
I got $0 and 0 cents.
But we got friends. We got friends that have friends. We got a network of people. A lot of people more successful than us, or
there's different not-for-profit
like Hawk in his restaurant.
There's
perfect example.
There's different not-for-profits that are, I don't know, not running in that gray area as much as a 501c.
Yes, but you forget what his wife does for a living.
Refresh everybody. I think you're right. He did forget.
The reason he does all this is because he wasn't owning any liabilities, and his wife's a very smart lawyer.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean, I would do the same fucking thing. No joke. The stuff that he does, like, he gets people to do some things, and if they're not ready or not willing, or the gas runs out, you got to be, put yourself in a position you can get the hell away from there. That makes sense.
No, he's making smart moves, no matter how your feelings are about it. Like, him and his wife are making smart moves.
And I'm not hating on the game. I'm just saying that I just don't participate in the game. I'll watch it and be like, "Hey man, good for you, dude." I'm not gonna shit on him for it, fucking. I'm jealous of his kid, man. his kid's fucking, doing a racing platform I wouldn't mind doing,
Seriously?
So I mean, like, there's absolutely, fucking, it's like I'm jealous, and if I saw his kid, I'd be like, "Congratulations, you lucky motherfucker, dude. Enjoy the shit out of it and be safe."
Like big cars make bigger booms,
Right, it's like, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't play in the big bucks realms, Donations.
No, we're happy with our lawnmower drifters as rednecks.
That's right.
I don't have a lawnmower drifter, man. My lawnmower pops wheelies, dude.
Yeah, just speaking of Miatas, you can pick up like a 94 real cheap, put a limited slip in the rear and you'd be good to go, man.
Oh yeah, limited slip and then a sequential.
Drift all day, baby. Easiest cars. That and like a 350Z. Those things are so friggin' light.
Yeah, but the 350Z, the Fair Lady, the Z70, or they had braking issues.
Yeah.
There really wasn't many fixes to overcome it. and then when you put boost onto it, you start shooting fucking head bolts through the fucking block.
Yeah, and you're just cooking the fucking rotors and pads anyway.
Right, right.
I mean, slap some bullshit on there and go run a fucking track race. And then, put the good stuff back on after you torch all that stuff out. uh, I don't know, man. I used to do that whole like brake fluid swap in Porsches and shit for like
Hmm.
that dot 10,000 or whatever the fuck they were, some blue brake fluid. All the racers were like had a boner over. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it held better temperature and didn't
better
absorb
temp, yeah.
water.
No water, yeah. Yep. So, you could roast the shit out of your brake pads and not have to worry about brake fade as far as like
No,
fluid.
you still have brake fade. That doesn't stop that. It just
Well,
stops
the
it stops you
fluid
from
was
boiling out the fluid out of the caliper. That's all. You
yeah,
still
I
have
mean,
brake fade. Brake
most
fade
people,
is when you melting that fucking pad clean off because the rotor's glowing. Let's be real about it. Brake fade is a fucking
well,
real deal, dude.
if you're boiling the brake fluid too, it's gonna have a different reaction when you hit the brake pedal. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. I could show you times where there's like the brake fluid would have been perfectly cool, but I guarantee you that fucking rotor, fucking you could have cooked a 7-course meal for 8 people on
In
it.
30 seconds. Yeah.
Right? Woof.
Yeah.
On a heavy ass car, people are like, "How the hell are you keeping up with me?" And I'm like, "I told you the motor is modified."
Wah, 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 wah.
They're like, "It's a V6," and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I know. It's a 3.8, and it makes every bit of 900 horsepower." And they're like, "What?"
What? Supercharged with nitrous or what?
No, that was all motor.
Really?
Oh
Naturally
yeah,
aspirated? Wow.
yeah.
Ooh.
I did trick stuff to the heads. Those
Yeah.
heads were not normal.
Oh. A little bit of fuel management problem.
Um, I went through and fixed manufacturing fucking issues, and it pissed me off. And I was like, I know I can make this better.
Yeah.
And in my process of finding solutions to fix stuff, I found lots and lots of horsepower. The only thing I didn't do is the bottom end, which would have been forged pistons.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I didn't do. So I didn't
Built,
put power
built
adders
cam
to it,
shafts and shit.
but it had a different had solid lifters on there instead. Well, it had hydraulic solid lifters, fatter push rods, 1.6 aspect ratio roller rockers on there.
Was it low compression or high?
Huh?
Was it low compression?
Oh, I turned it high compression.
Like what, 11-1 or something?
12.5 to 1.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, dude, man, it fucking would fire up, and it was like, bro, 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 bro. It's like fucking. You just tell it was cammed out, dude. I had no tune on this thing too. It was fucking. It was like make you a little bit of power, or it said yes all.
It just hit the select all button.
Man, my buddy had an older like Cougar RX-7. He had like
Where's McKell at?
he had like 8 or 9 God, he had like $8,000 or $9,000 in the motor.
Ugh. On your RX-7?
Oh yeah.
You're just gonna blow that poor little motor up again.
So this thing had like some pretty beastly power in it, and
Yeah.
we were leaving the college campus, and he's pulls up next to me, revving his motor like a douchebag, and I was like, I'm like, all right, I'll take you, and I was in front of him all the way to like almost 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
At 100 miles an hour, his nose just barely squeaked out in front of me. Like you could tell that V8 power was kicking in a little bit, you know.
Yeah. In the high end, yeah.
We get to the school the next day. He's like, what the fuck did you do to your car, dude? There's no way that thing fucking just stuffed me for fucking almost a half a mile. I'm like, wait until I do the rest of the stuff that I have planned for this thing.
Yeah.
The shenanigans has only begun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and that's the only difference between like, a car made in the US or a car made in Japan. Is, the little details, a little bit of extra manufacturing.
No, it was a Cougar
longevity.
RX-7.
Yeah.
It was a Mercury Cougar.
Cougar.
Yeah,
What?
Mercury Cougar RX-7.
Oh. Mark 7.
Yep.
Hold on.
Not M.
You just confused the hell out of me. Mercury Cougar RX-7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a special.
How does that make sense?
It's their Mark 7 it was a body trim platform.
Yeah, the Mark 7.
Who
It
did
was
it?
it was a Mercury car.
Okay. But they put an RX-7 engine in it?
No.
No.
The RX-7
We're talking
is their
about
high-end racing line for the Cougar.
Oh, okay. So there's just two different cars named RX-7.
Yeah, they have.
That's the dumbest shit ever because that's confusing as fuck.
Because it's a trim package specifically. So it's like back then it would have been like, for our knowing, it's the limited, the super sport, but it was Mercury, so they did stupid shit and they named things weird.
Yeah, that's the dumbest trend that cars manufacturers have started doing, like the DX5. It's like, the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
It's like give it an actual fucking name. At least Corolla has a name.
They have.
I have a thing about making cars really fast, and if I ever get another V6, I have I would go after another 3.8 motor, and if it doesn't have a supercharger, I've got everything for it.
I'm thinking I'm going up in Toyota. I think it a 4Runner.
What are you getting?
I want the car that Cletus McFarlane on YouTube just purchased.
You getting a foreskinner?
Yes. I don't know what year though. But I'm looking at it more seriously now.
I want the Cletus McFarlane new Camaro that he got. This Camaro is amazing.
Yeah.
It's
bitchin' Camaro.
Nah, dude, man. It's like a 5-year-old Camaro.
Yeah.
But they put an airplane turbine motor into it.
So it runs on turbine only?
Yeah. The hooked up to a factory style. It looked like a 700 R4 trans.
Mm-hmm.
So the and it has an afterburner. It shoots flames.
Not just like the fakes ones on the Batmobile from back in the 60s.
Well, it's that caliber. 80s. It's that caliber where they've got a little fuel pipe and they ignite it, and it's like, woof.
Come on, and it's the same way those cheese balls are doing the Lambos, Like, it's easy to ignite gas when you throw it out a tailpipe.
Well, not all of them are set like that. Okay, now, I mean, my buddy's Dorito motor fucking shot fireballs on command.
Dorito, you're talking about rotary now.
Oh yeah. His little rotary fucking motor, man, that thing would fucking huff fireballs for fucking like, I'm gonna downshift, crackle, woof, pop.
No, it would too. It would run awesome until you're sitting there at like, 12,000 RPM and you throw something that you shouldn't have thrown. and the whole motor like detonates.
No,
Then you gotta
the
start
problem that
off
you
at
have
square one again.
with those things was heat. Heat was not your friend. So you did everything in your power to mitigate as much of that heat as possible. There's an oil port in the casting you drill out. You drill out holes so that you can put bigger rod clamps on there. So you're not saving any Bitcoin by building one of these things.
Once you realize that the rotary is like a 6-time use motor, and then you got to rebuild them off. You
Well,
stop
man,
buying
they
them.
are so fun to hear the angry bees just fucking as you're grabbing gears,
Oh,
dude.
don't get me wrong.
What's the angry bee sound like? What's
There's
the angry bee
nothing
sound
like
like?
a rotary.
Man, if you've
There's
never
nothing like
I can't mimic the rotary motor sound. It's a symphony, and I don't want to ruin it on somebody. When you hear a rotary motor go by, and you're just like, wow. And if that person was really cool, it would have had a sequential gearbox, so you'll hear that thing shift, and that has a distinguished shift too. It's not like anything else. I mean, where you hear the crackle of the shift actually happening from a distance, and then when they idle and they're just coasting there, you could actually hear the transmission gear whine. Because a sequential gearbox, instead of and people don't realize like a lot of modern transmissions, the gear teeth are at a slight angle, anywhere from like 33 to 45 degree angle.
Yeah,
This
usually
this cuts down on noise. Your sequential gearboxes are square cut. They are straight gear. So they make noise sliding into each other. They make noise while you're driving forward. You make noise while they're coasting. Like you hear a sequential gearbox and you're like, oh, that's a serious car over there.
It really has to slam into gear too, because it only goes in like one specific way.
Right. You have to know your RPM matches, and it clunks when you get it in.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun fact, if you didn't know, you can actually drive a stick shift without using a clutch.
Yep.
If you know the RPMs.
Yep.
I have never done that. I know it's possible, but I've never tried it because I want to.
You only need your clutch. You only need a clutch for first and reverse. That's it.
Yeah, because you got to
even if you have to downshift, you only need it for first and reverse. I taught myself doing that with over the road fucking semi truck. I can sit there with one finger shift, and you hit the gear. As soon as the gear lever selector touches it, like it just grabs and sucks it right out of your hand.
It does. Yeah,
you're like thunk. You're like, oh wow, hammer down.
Once you a certain RPM and it starts to drop down, you can actually feel the gear release get out of the gear, right? And then you just hold it into the next gear, and then when the RPM drops slowly again, it does. It sucks it right into that next gear. It's pretty sweet stuff, but you know. I read another statistic that only 18% of Americans know how to drive stick shift. I'm like,
that is true.
What happened to us? We're a bunch of panty wastes.
It's like, and those that know how to drive it, only like 3% know how to drive it well.
well, here's the thing about manuals that are absolutely amazing now that nobody knows how to freaking drive them anymore. It's like if you're driving a manual out in town, almost guaranteed nobody's stealing your shit.
Yeah, do you just leave it running all the time?
It's millennial anti-theft device.
Yeah, the millennial anti-theft device.
Nobody will take it.
What's this third pedal for?
Yeah.
You want to know what would really throw them off? 3 on the tree.
Oh, I was thinking.
We found our first victim. Fucking millennials. 3 on the tree. It's the transmission shift lever was on the steering column.
Yeah.
It was an H pattern. So you had first, you pulled towards you and up was first, towards you and down was second.
Yeah, I remember those
up
things.
Was third, and then you had forward down was reverse.
I've just never heard anybody say it on a tree.
That's what they call.
Three on a tree.
It's 3 on a tree. That's what they call
The
it.
tree was the freaking steering column.
I've never
And
heard
then
that.
You
That
go
was just
back,
the gear shifter.
You go back 100. You go back a little further than that. Reverse was a pedal on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Your throttle had
high beams were a pedal on the floor.
Your throttle had nothing to do with any of the pedals on the floor. Your throttle and your spark advance was on the steering wheel.
Spark advance on the fly. How sweet would that be? You remember how car manuals used to come like with like valve clearances you could adjust to and stuff?
Yep. Imagine having to get out every so often and actually oil said valve springs.
They certainly don't do that anymore. Yeah, right? Yeah, right.
Hold on, we got to pull over, Han. Why? Hey, we've been driving for a few hours. I got to oil the valve train.
We're demasculating ourselves as we speak, you know, with all this.
It's called emasculating.
I know.
We're being very manly with this manual car talk.
I know, right? So much toxicness around here.
Right. That's why I want to have like get myself like 100-year-old bike. Like you have your they were set up like bicycles.
They looked like bicycles.
They looked like bicycles, but you know, they were single cylinder Harley Davidsons. You had spark advance on one side, you had throttle on the other side, you had suicide shifter where you actually had to take your
hand off the gas and shift.
Yeah, hand off the gas to shift. And you had an oiler that you would have to oil. You could set it on an auto feed drip because these systems were total loss oiling systems. So the oil would drip through the whole motor and then drip out the bottom of the motor onto the ground as you were driving.
Nice.
So they would call it a total loss oil system. And if you were riding it hard, you had a little thing on there. You could pump a little extra oil and make sure the valve train had oil on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're talking about fucking real bikes, dude. Back when they would like race on board tracks, where they were timber tracks, half-mile oval on wooden boards. Imagine wiping out on a wooden board and there was a splinter like fucking 8 feet long. Oof. Yes, this happened more than once.
Jeez. Freaking D White says my newest truck is a 97. I probably wouldn't even know how to start this new shit. Like seriously, first push button freaking car I sat in. I'm thinking, where do I put the key?
Mr. Fancy over there, man. He's talking about his new 97 compared to my 95 Ford pickup truck.
That's your newest?
It's not 94, 95. It's the second year on the turbo. Oh yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
That's
Toyota
my newest
4Runner.
vehicle. And then after that, it's 96 Nova, and then not 96, 76 Nova, and then a 74 Chevelle. I do have an 85. I have an 85 Porsche 9282. Porsche. Because you can call up Porsche, and Porsche will tell you it's Porsche.
Yeah, no. That's how you know. Is it a Porsche or is it a Porsche? I don't know. We're not in France.
Maybe in Germany where it's built, it's called Porsche, but here in America, the E silent motherfucker is called Porsche.
Is it Porsche?
Not Porsche with the CH.
We drive to Porsche.
SH.
I know all you Americans with your Targets.
No, the Target is so very nice. No, not really. Target.
I refuse to shop at a Target.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. No Target. No Walmart. Just don't do it.
Well, I mean,
I'll shop at a Walmart before a Target, but I will, try to avoid both.
Let's remind people what Target, what Walmart's all about, right? People like to forget what Walmart, what kind of people that Walmart, the Walmart heiress is.
I'll tell you what they did to my hometown in North Carolina. They killed all the mom and pop shops.
So they'll kill off all the mom and pop shops just because they can muscle them out. They can run a store non-profitable indefinitely because of the tax write-off.
Like they literally destroyed the mall. Like the mall had shops all throughout it. We had a Macy's, a JCPenney's, a Sears.
Yep.
Like, okay, at Walmart came, all of them shut down.
So you also have Walmart. They pay their employees some of the worst wages in the country. They have more people on food stamps than any other company in the United States, all while not paying zero in taxes in the last 15 years. Walmart has not paid taxes. Why? Because Walmart is just the property owner. Walmart leases out the interior of the building to each department. They're able to write off indefinite tax losses on each department because they're registering each department as its own entity in each place that they're at. They have not paid taxes. They subsidize.
It's a smart way to do business.
They
but
subsidize all of they subsidize the taxpayers to paying food for them.
Wah.
While not paying taxes.
I mean, if you're smart, you don't pay taxes anyway. But
yeah.
But if you're gonna be utilizing said tax bases, you better be fucking putting into it.
No. Legitimately, the tax code is however many pages full. And in each section applies to different tiers of your tax bracket, that you fit in under. And if you are at the level that Walmart is and you have the lawyers and that can get down to the nitty gritty where, we can apply for this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. It's all fucking legal.
You see that's where the really messed up part is. So people also forget the things that Bill Clinton and Obama did. Bill Clinton.
But you're forgetting that if you decided to actually, elevate to like the level of Walmart, you could qualify to not pay taxes either.
So what they've done, and it's because.
Are you saying you would volunteer to pay millions of dollars in taxes if you were at that level, or would you try to save whatever you could?
Spend it all, baby.
There are other ways of. No. Hold on here. There are other ways of getting the tax breaks that they're looking for without having to do it in the shady way that they're doing it, plus subsidizing their employees with taxpayer money.
Income taxes theft.
But they're at the same time, dude, it's like at the same time when they've got the most people on food stamps, which shows that Walmart doesn't pay their employees enough to actually go to work every day plus eat.
No, hell no. Why would they?
Fucking
cheapo retail job like that? Hell no.
So we have in the tax code incentive base that if they're paying into back into the community and reinvesting back into things, that they get the same kickbacks that they're doing by running a real shady business of three shell Monty by making every department and every store all independent, plus claiming tax losses on them every year.
I'm not hearing the crime.
Right. Okay.
Like if it's legal by the tax code, it's legal by the tax code. Now, you're right. There's other ways to do it.
Well, it's the fact that they're doing it in a shady way.
If they wanted to be a part of the community and help the community elevate, they should have done it that way. But there was nothing wrong with them doing it the way they did. But we also see the consequences of what they have done. But there's nothing wrong with what they did.
So, yes, there's nothing wrong with the way that they're doing things. I agree with that. The way that they're doing it is in such a shady way that I personally have an issue with trying to do any business with it. And it's the problem that people are, going, well, I've got nowhere else to shop, so I'm going to shop there anyway. And knowing that they're an evil scumbag company, they'll never be held accountable, so nothing will ever change. It will always be status quo because there's not enough people in this country that's willing to take a stand.
Yeah, get the fuck
now,
off.
Why our money's
something
corrupt, our government's corrupt, and all of our companies are corrupt because fucking people don't have balls anymore. We've turned into a soy boy nation.
Yeah, show me your interest by boycotting the Starbucks. I want to see their company go down in the next.
Now, here's something about Walmart that's right in line with what you were saying, Brian. We actually know somebody who works for Walmart, and they don't make a living wage. Like they can't afford to have a house to rent. They are literally in a hotel.
Well, how is this any different than anywhere else though? Like it was the same when we were growing up. You go get a job at fucking Subway. No, you're not gonna have enough money to get your own apartment. Sorry, you're gonna have to rent with like.
You want to know where the problem is, and people will glance over this and be like, "Oh, it's the evil corporations." I will go one step further and be like, it is our evil taxation fucking Democrat friends that love to tax the rich because that makes perfect sense. And we chased out all the business that fucking was hiring adults. So now the same adults that are looking for job are taking high school jobs trying to fucking create a living out of it.
Yep. You can't flip burgers at Mickey D's and have your own house. I'm sorry. I don't care where the fuck you live in America. It's not happening. So there is these jobs that don't pay you a living wage because why the fuck would they pay you a living wage?
It was supposed to be a hopscotch before you got to your ending career. It's
supposed to be high school money for a 16-year-old kid, not fucking 35-year-old.
A high school kid trying to get his first car.
Like it's cool you got a job and everything, but like don't fucking come after me for $30 an hour minimum wage. Get the fuck out of here.
The unionized fucking Starbucks because they needed to unionize. It's
let's be honest here. You putting groceries in a bag is not worth $30 an hour.
Fuck no. I can train an orangutan to do the same thing for half the cost.
You pay less than that. You pay him bananas.
Exactly.
You didn't want to do that out by you too, Chris, dude. Fuck, man.
And that's
YouTube hates us anyway. They don't care about us anymore.
When Elon makes enough fucking robots for this to go down, it's going to happen. You're going to go into a fucking grocery store one day. There's going to be no people in there. No people.
Now, you're already halfway seeing it when half the lines are checked, self-checkout.
They're all self-checkout.
Oh, they're getting rid of that now.
Every time I go to the fucking
no.
Might be one open.
They're getting rid of that
past 7 p.m. because there's nobody doing that shit.
I don't think so, and here's why. If you look at the trends inside of fast food places, more and more are going towards self-orders.
Self-ordering. But I'm saying he's talking about self-checkout.
You don't even see where
that self-checkout shit. That
anymore.
Shit's going away. We can thank the ghetto for getting rid of self-checkout.
Yeah.
They have proven that they can steal far more than the fucking the number crunchers thought.
Yeah, right.
What's up, John Jermaine?
They don't do that in Chicago no more. All the self-checkout in Chicago are all closed. They're closing out this way too now, because the loss is far more now than actually having a person scan it for you.
Yeah. I'm not fucking joking at all.
The ghetto made jobs, dude. Come on. We got to give it up for them at least one time.
But you know, that's why I tell people stop eating fast food. You know, you don't even see where this stuff's being made. You
Not
order
only
it from
that,
a
the fast
fucking
food is
menu.
expensive as
Oh
fuck.
my
Like
god! If you
comes out
do
of a
the
fucking
research
chute.
and look at
It
a
comes out of a
chicken
fucking chute in a
McNugget,
bag, hot. Like,
if
where
you
did this
look
come
at a
from?
chicken McNugget being made and you watch the processing company that makes it for McDonald's,
No, no, thank you.
you'll never eat one again.
You know how much chicken is in a chicken McNugget?
49%.
No,
Yes, it's
wrong.
49%.
It's zero.
It's 49%.
It's zero.
No, it's zero.
It's zero.
Really?
Yes.
Tell him why, Gundy.
The
I know
only
it's
chicken in chicken McNuggets from McDonald's, everybody, is fucking chicken extract. Whatever they fucking squeezed the chicken with and got juice from it, that's what you're eating at McDonald's. It's fucking chicken extract with a bunch of filler, soy, and all that other crap. Num num num, eat it all up. It's not fucking real food. Stop eating it. Stop. Please stop. Please stop eating it. Please.
I was on my way home from vacation, and we stopped at a McDonald's. They were the only thing that was fucking open, and I was like that.
I'm starved.
I was like fucking that shaky fucking hungriness, you know. I'm like okay. I'm like we can go there. So it's like 2:00 in the morning, right? I'm like, I'll order a fish sandwich.
No.
It's got to be safe.
No.
So I eat it, and I'm like, I know that had some kind of substance, but that tasted really fucked up. I'm like, that tasted like there was sugar in the fish. I'm like, I've never had fish with sugar in it. I'm like, I used to eat this stuff all the time.
It's not.
That's
like
not what I remembered
bro.
eating back
It's
in the
not.
day, dude.
I'm sorry. If you grew up in the 90s eating fast food, it's not the same shit.
I know,
Fucking
dude.
close, okay? All these parents nowadays are like, oh, we used to eat that crap out of that stuff. We didn't get any problem. It's not the same shit.
Right?
Look at the fucking labels. You got to read everything these days. They hide all that crap everywhere. Why is citric acid in everything? Look up how they make it. Why are energy drinks so prevalent? Look up cyanocobalamin or what the fuck it does to you and how you get it. Like they are poisoning everyone and no one seems to give a shit. Like stop eating all that crap, dude.
Nope, you get people fucking bitching about getting cheap goods and
stop buying the shit. The company can't survive.
And wanting to buy stuff from China for cheap, you know, so you can support slave labor or you can support the very people who are fucking poisoning you because they're not truly poisoning you because they want to poison you. And I'm kind of on the belief structure of this is that the money is so bad that they've tried to figure out every alternative fucking ingredient to put into the food so that they can still provide a product to people that somebody would fucking buy. Because if they tried to provide them with fucking real food, you'd be looking at fucking $35 going out of fucking McDonald's per person.
Easily. With the amount of inflation now, fucking
right, easy.
How the fuck do we have a dollar menu still?
Right.
You should be scared of everything on any dollar menu across this whole
corner.
fucking country. Because that shit is scary as fuck. You don't know what you're eating.
They subsidized it for as long. They subsidized it as long as they could, so that they could. And how they were subsidizing it was that they were opening up so many locations. So if you notice that there's an area that's got like fucking 5 fucking McDonald's in it, it's like why? Why do they need 5 McDonald's? It's because they needed a tax write-off to keep going, and that was them trying to prevent themselves from fucking cutting corners for the food. Now we're past that. They have to cut the corners in the food. And all of them are doing it.
Soylent Green is human.
Yep. There's no chicken place that's
you keep saying it wrong, Gundy.
Soylent Greens are people.
Soylent Green is people.
I know, but it's human. Well, I don't know. If you're vaccinated, you're not human anymore. So maybe just saying people is better than.
So what's happening tomorrow, Brian? It is 8:20 my time.
I don't know if Mikkel will be on. He's not here to ask that question, so I can't speak for our man.
I know, right?
But I know there'll be a serpent, there'll be a red panda, there'll be rabbit mining.
It's Crypto Saturdays, guys.
Right. You get the Saturday morning lineup with all your favorite people. So go show some love to everybody, all that good stuff. But yeah, since we're over that 1 hour marker for sure. Definitely, guys, smash that lizardy like button, subscribe, hit the bell.
Throw some FAs in that chat. I haven't done
we haven't had an announcement, dude. I mean, like, you haven't even promoted your announcement. What the fuck?
I know, right? So, guys, throw some FAs in the chat during the time we're trying to sign off, and I'll throw an announcement out there before we go.
Right. You're a fucking slacker over there. You haven't even promoted your own announcement. Not once. Not one time.
We were having such great conversations from World War III to New York City, electing a communist. Bitcoin's not going to be able to fix this shit.
To eating science experiments.
Talking about a communist real quick, dude. Real quick. I want your opinion. Now we have it in our law. It's in federal law that if you are part of the Communist Party, that your citizenship will be denounced.
Ooh. Well, what about everybody?
Does that mean that
they're
going to kick you out? Where they're going to send you?
The guy is actually from Uganda or something like that.
Okay. So if he's part of the party and the law is to kick you out because you're part of the party, then I guess he's not going to get elected.
So what? So do you agree with it?
Do I agree with them renouncing the citizenship of somebody who
he was a foreigner to begin with?
The Communist Party.
He is a foreigner that is an allegiance to another country.
We started with the precipice of the Communist Party.
Right.
Okay. With the Communist Party being as anti-constitutional republic as can possibly be, it can't even claim democracy, adjacent. I think that that has no business being in office. Now, as far as somebody who came from out of the country and wants to get into our politics, I mean, we have precedent with Arnold Schwarzenegger being governor of California. And he was a good governor. No shit. He actually did a lot of good shit. But should he have been in office? I don't believe so.
Don't worry, even Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, screw your freedom, get vaccinated. He's the vaccinator.
You can pick 14 of them like I did. But no, on that precipice though,
just like you can't be a foreign, foreign born and become the U.S. president. Shit! Wait, we already did that.
Why does a majority of
all started with a fake fucking birth certificate from Hawaii?
If the majority of our office currently holds dual citizenship with a foreign entity country, then would you kick them out?
No, those have absolutely zero business being here, and here's why. You cannot have allegiance to two masters. 80%. Okay, that's the problem. The problem is, like, are you going to be here for the good of America, or are you being an agent for the dual citizenry?
Well, if you really want to go down a rabbit hole, look on what is the majority of the country that is that people in our U.S. Congress hold with U.S. Citizenship. They also hold citizenship in one other country, and it's
Israel.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it, but you can, I guess.
There was a law that stated no Muslims in the United States.
Is that why they're all
it got repealed at some point in time?
Either way, it's time for a fucking announcement. Are you guys ready for it?
Maybe.
Are you ready for it?
I like my controversial
ladies
questions.
and gentlemen, I certainly am. To all you sexy motherfuckers, DCA Adventures Rated F for fucking awesome.
I can't help it. I like my controversial questions, you know. That's a good controversial question. I mean, he swears allegiance to the Muslim Brotherhood, and he's a communist. Trying to run for office in the United States, trying to say that he's a
which contradicts
citizen.
the fact that when you become governor, you have to swear allegiance to uphold the Constitution
It's
of
a
the United
triple
States
agent.
of America.
It's a triple agent.
He's already talking about wanting to ban all guns in New York.
Of course he is.
Which that's a violation of the that's a violation of the Constitution.
But it's part of the communist agenda, you know. Obviously,
these
the agenda of
in office for the past
dual citizenry party that he's a part of.
They've just been peeling away at our constitutional rights. If you guys haven't noticed, they're just peeling away little by little.
He
wake up.
He wants to defund the police and fund for social workers.
I'm at the point where I think that we should just, you know, Atlas shrugged this motherfucker. Like, let everybody that wants to freaking tear shit down and let it go ahead. Go ahead. When shit gets fucked up so damn bad, the people will wake the fuck up and kick you the fuck out. And then the people will fix it.
What happens if all the people that are left are just as crazy as what got voted in?
I know.
Chris,
it's wishful thinking. It's wishful thinking on my part. I'm not saying we should do it. I'm just saying it's wishful thinking. You know, thinking that maybe there would be enough people that would wisen up.
No. Okay, I guess you didn't live on a farm to see sheep, you know, and all it takes is fucking one sheep falling off of a cliff and the rest follow.
Those are
in glorious fashion.
Lemmings.
Lemmings will do it in an epic fashion. They do it in the handful. You're like, wow, aren't you going to stop? Why you're 12 of you this time. Bye. Sheep just do it one by one. It's the
Darwin Awards. It's the Darwin Awards, and you know what? The only people that are actually going to stick around and actually survive this, believe it or not, are some of the people you would think would actually win the Darwin Awards, and it's the rednecks, because they play with freaking, you know, all sorts of shit, like turning tractors into drag racers, freaking, you know, shooting freaking fireworks from their hips.
You want to know what's bad about New York City? Do you know what the population of the white community is left in New York City?
No, I don't know, but I saw something amazing on Twitter.
The percentage alone. Take a guess.
All right.
Take a guess.
I'm guessing teens.
I don't know. But I saw
28%. 28% of the white population is left in New York City. And we're seeing what there are, like, you can see that the Muslim community is huge in New York.
So I saw on Twitter, I think it was Santa Ana, California. It used to have a huge illegal, you know, immigrant population or whatnot. But there was footage of people driving through, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's a ghost town right now. The streets are clean. There's no homeless people hanging out. You know, there's no, you know, people like fighting, you know, like there's no crime. What's going on? It's just, like, yeah, they cleaned it up.
Yeah, whenever you know, imagine what happens when you throw out the trash, you know, you don't become it. Wow.
You know, and there was no traffic jams. There's always traffic. Where's the traffic?
When you have an illegally imported population to give you 3 extra congressional seats, you've just made a second-class citizen that can't speak up for themselves.
Man, they were handing out Social Security numbers at the border, bro. Handing them out.
Only to some. The rest had it forged before they got here.
John Germain's like, Sharia law for you MFers.
Yeah.
AOC is New York.
Yeah, and you can't, apparently you can't do anything without Letitia James from fucking Texas. You know, because Trump bombed the hell out of the Middle East and fucking didn't ask her permission.
Yeah. Just go ahead and ask your permission next time, right?
Right.
Yeah. Listen, I got the nuclear football now. You sit down and listen.
Right.
And on that note, I think it's time for us to sign out, Brian. Let's go ahead.
Hell yeah, brother. So
night.
thank you everybody for being here. All that good stuff. Definitely smash that little like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. And with that being said, peace out. Stay savage. And we'll see you on the next one. Yo.
Peace out, guys.
Ooh.